You know, I remember one time walking in the studio, Bleak Beans, everybody was in there, and I was like, man, I'm telling you, man, y'all got a chance right now. Just flood it, put out a lot of music because 50 Cent is coming. And you know, 4 months later, in the club hit, and it was over. And it was just like, okay, now everybody got to sit on the sidelines and wait this tidal wave out.
There's a huge difference in energy internationally in 50 Cent and Jay-Z. In fact, his largest selling record sold 430-something thousand copies. My largest selling records sold 5 million. Let them be fooled in America and think there's a competition there, because America can be purchased. You can buy it with marketing dollars. You see what I'm saying? But the rest of the world, there's not enough marketing dollars to go around.
That's why I made a statement about Taylor Swift.
I wish he would come take one of my awards so I could black his eye in front of everybody.
And Jay disagrees.
I want everyone to be clear. No one's scared of 50 Cent.
Does that bother you? Does it bother you?
No, it doesn't bother me. It's just his choice.
Why would you have to make that clear when no one's ever asked me if I'm afraid of Jay-Z?
The public is responding to his punk presentation. It's not 50 Cent. I don't have a problem with him. Kanye would not take a trophy from me. Neither Jay-Z.
Right.
Neither one of them.
What would you have?
No, we'd have had an altercation right there.
They done took down Puff. They done took down all these other powerful black people. Jay-Z's like the lone standing powerful black man.
The track wrestling on them, Jay is them people.
Let's be very clear. This is the email that DJ Vlad sent me, his producer sent me, asking me to appear on his podcast on YouTube just after the Cassie video was released on my birthday.
For years, Jay-Z and Diddy stood as twin pillars of hip-hop, two moguls whose paths seemed permanently woven through ambition, strategy, and shared influence. But the hints 50 Cent keeps dropping suggest that bond may have quietly snapped the moment self-preservation outweighed loyalty. The real story isn't about music. It's about power, leverage, and what happens when control begins to slip. As pressure closed in on Diddy, the industry's response was strikingly muted. No defenses, no support, only calculated silence. Insiders say that silence hit a rapid behind-the-scenes shift, where survival came first and alliances were rewritten fast. In this version of events, Jay-Z sits at a pivotal crossroads, with long-running whispers suggesting he kept his distance, gathered leverage, and secured his own position well before the storm arrived.
You couldn't be bigger than Jay-Z. You couldn't sell more records than Jay-Z. But all you had to do was listen to Benny Siegel, and Benny Siegel was, oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, he said that. That was the first of me actually hearing it. Like, oh, like I used to have questions like why every time my album dropped, Jay would drop right on top of me. He wouldn't let me breathe or right before me. Like I was always close, and always thought like, damn, if a kid, back then it was physical copies. So if you had $20, $20 that you saved up and you was going to buy an album, and it's under the same house, Rockefeller, between Jay and Benny Siegel, 9 times out of 10 you won't buy the Jay-Z album. I never understood that every single album that I dropped, Jay dropped right on top of me. And it was like, damn, like to have in-house competition at that magnitude is crazy. Jay already the boss, but I always thought that, like, let me breathe. But to maliciously plot to hold me back, I don't know, man. I don't believe that. I don't want to believe that. I mean, but like I said, they ain't no better than me.
For months, 50 Cent has hinted that certain figures were sitting on serious receipts, suggesting evidence rather than rumors. Soon after, he appeared to surface enough material to support a major Netflix project, which led to questions about where the underlying information originated. Some industry observers speculated about possible indirect connections to Jay-Z, framing it as part of broader strategic distancing within the industry. In that interpretation, the focus isn't on confirmed links, but on perceived timing, positioning, and how key players manage exposure when controversy begins to build.
The big homie Jay-Z, right? I said to my nephew, I said, yo, listen, I have to ask him this straight up. So I said, yo, who is the people that's on NFL? And he said to me, and I'm sorry for anybody who don't understand. And he said, the white guy called for 50 Cent. So I said, who's the white guy? I'm digging this Jimmy Iovine. And he said, no, Eminem called directly for 50. And he said,
that's his guy.
He said, I can't do it if I can't bring 50 up.
But that's his guy.
That's beautiful.
And guess who's Dre's guy?
Your guy.
What truly drew attention was the legal dimension, where distinct patterns began to surface. As more voices came forward and the situation intensified, Jay-Z's personal attorney, Alex Spiro, kept turning up in matters closely tied to Diddy's unfolding case. That recurring presence didn't go unnoticed, sparking questions about strategy, readiness, and deeper coordination working quietly behind the scenes. To many observers, it suggested something beyond routine representation, a deliberate effort to anticipate outcomes, limit exposure, and keep every move sharply calculated as the pressure kept building.
He's on a whole nother level. Like, I mean, you know, he's like, but you know what I like about 50? 50's on a whole nother level, but he's still approachable. You still get to meet the people and you know, Jay got to remember the people that made him. You know, I'm not saying I don't got respect. I respect Jay-Z, 50, used to respect, you know, Diddy, but all that crazy going on. But, you know, I always respected him because I looked at, for New York, those were like the, you know, the guys. You know what I'm saying? The guys with the most money and the most influence. So with Jay is like, when the last time you haven't seen Jay. So I think people are just going to say that. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I mean, Jay, you know, you got to remember, he didn't want 50 at the Super Bowl. That was crazy. I'm like,
wait, Jay didn't want 50 at the Super Bowl?
Know that? Yeah, he didn't want.
I remember Eminem pushed for it.
That was some hated. Yeah,
I remember Eminem was like, I'm not going to do it unless 50 does it. I heard that.
Yeah,
but I didn't know that Jay was trying to stop it.
I don't think Jay. I don't know. 50 never told me that, but I don't think Jay wanted him there. I don't know.
Because of what? Some of the.
I mean, you know, it's competition. You got to think, 50 always been competition for Jay. Remember, I'm about $1 with the 50 Cent.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
That was what, 9? What was that? 9?
But after that, they did a song together. Remember the whole,
of course, but 50 was always competition for. Then remember, Jay said, "Yo, 50's coming." He told Siegel and them, and Memphis Bleak and all them.
Yeah.
And come on, 50's like he's on a whole nother level. You got to remember, he came after. He came after Jay and Rockefeller. G-Unit came, and people might G-Unit, but with Eminem, Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, nobody has outsold us, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody has had the effect that we had.
2020, y'all. Yeah. And it's different than when it was 2016. You know, the game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a Black Billionaires Lunch. Yeah. You understand? Right. And we here together and we're gonna keep staying together. We getting tighter. That's right. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand. And ain't nothing else. To us. Black excellence.
The new lawsuit coming with Jay. The part with Jay. I go, oh shoot, like
to us.
that had to be there.
We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand. And ain't nothing else.
Black excellence, they're sitting there like, yeah. It's a billionaire brunch. Like,
I hate you, man.
Unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm gonna be with you this year. Come on, bro.
Critics like Jaguar Wright have suggested that Jay-Z tends to distance himself early when controversies begin to surface, a claim that has fueled ongoing debate. Around the same period, changes in tone from 50 Cent were also interpreted by some as a sign of shifting dynamics within the industry. While none of these claims have been confirmed, supporters of the theory argue that the timing of events and public reactions has kept speculation active, with differing interpretations of what those shifts actually mean.
The big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at his career,
You're gonna let him say that. Jay was getting Grammys.
He had one.
Exactly.
He had one.
And he ain't show up.
He had like 20 now.
Oh, Lord.
He had like 18 since he been down. Look, he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
You're not wrong.
He was one. He got them shits. He's like drinking. His pictures with him. Thinks the cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades. Because he's no longer viewed as what, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's.
Oh, wow.
Jay-Z's career, you can look at that and say the association to Beyonce is when he started to receive the 16 Grammys since he's been with Beyonce. Right? And you go prior to that, one.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that came in association, like you see their kids even have Grammys. Like they don't sing yet. They don't sing. Right. They don't rap yet. And they already have Grammys and shit. So it's like they give them this trophy so we secure that they're coming to the award show. It meant that much to the culture that they just gave them.
Why are you so on top of the business side of Jay-Z? You know what I'm saying? Some people like to just be an artist.
Yeah, I was actually forced to be an artist and a businessman because when I tried to get a deal, I couldn't get a deal, so I had to create Rockefeller Records. We actually created Rockefeller Records from nothing. And, so I was forced to know both sides of the business.
In her view, discussing one without the other misses the heart of the matter, because she sees their paths as deeply intertwined. They rose together, expanded their reach together, and if anything were to crumble, the weight of it would land on both. To Jaguar, this isn't about coincidence or simple proximity, but about two dominant figures moving in sync for years, making major decisions shoulder to shoulder and shaping outcomes that still echo today. Her perspective reframes the story as a shared legacy built on joint moves and joint responsibility, where any attempt at separation feels like an illusion, and accountability, in her eyes, cannot be pinned to a single name.
The diva Rihanna. She's from Barbados?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's Bayesian.
Okay, she's Bayesian. How did you come in contact with her? I mean, did you fly over there?
No, Jay Brown had actually bought me a song. She has a song right now, and it's I wouldn't say massive because of her roots, but she has this outrageous song called Pawn the Replay. And he played that song for me, and I was scared. I was like, that song is too big for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, a new artist, when a song is that big, it's it's hard to come back from. And I don't sign songs, I sign artists.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Won't you break down the difference between that? Because the viewing public might not understand that.
Some people chase the hot song for a minute, and then they sign based on the song. I want to sign it based on an artist, based on or based on the swagger, based on the level of talent, based on the writing. So I was a little reluctant when I first heard the song, and then he kept going. Jay Brown, he kept being persistent. I was like, bring her by. And when she walked into our office, I was like, she just had, it was just something about her. It was just, she had this, it was just something about it. And then she performed the song, and I was like, okay. Then we sat down and we talked, and they were talking about how she would stay in the studio and try to get the verse over, and then come back the next day. I was like, oh, work ethic, everything is there. So we signed it that night. We didn't let her leave the office.
Really?
To 3 a.m. was when that contract got signed. So from the meeting around 3, 4 in the afternoon, we signed it by 3 a.m. Wow. That day, I was absolutely certain.
But Jaguar has been warning us about Jay-Z. Jay-Z has now had an official lawsuit. It's everywhere. It's now being talked about louder than ever. I guess, does that give you some peace to know that people are finally really questioning this man?
It's emboldening me. I spoke on Piers Morgan. I said that I had 3 victims that I've been working with, victims of the Carters. that were ready to come forward. This might help them feel a little more confident now. So this is great because he's been evading. But the thing is, everyone in the backdrop knew that he was the celebrity John Doe. Everybody knew that. They knew it when I did Pierce Morgan.
Is Beyonce celebrity B?
I hope to God not. But she was around. And she's very... she's got enough on her plate. After everything that happened with the election and everything that's happening right now, I'm not going to dump on that woman. She got better fish to fry.
Well,
what I will say is that her husband, she knows exactly who he is.
Yeah.
She knows. She knows.
Rihanna was trafficked to Def Jam.
She was an innocent baby when she came over here. And look at her now.
14 going on 15 years old. Flown over without parental supervision in a private plane by a man who was supposed to be a producer who auditioned her at 3 a.m. in the morning in a hotel room. Auditioning at 3 a.m. in the morning, a 14-year-old girl. She was flown to another country. She was taken to Def Jam headquarters. She was left in a conference room alone with Sean Carter for nearly 6 hours alone with no parental supervision. Her father collected a $500,000 check. She has the fastest inked deal in Def Jam history.
As attention around the situation grew, many noticed that Jay-Z and Beyonce continued losing followers without publicly responding or addressing the speculation. Their silence only fueled more discussion online, with some viewing it as composure, while others saw it as growing pressure behind the scenes. Jaguar Wright argued that the lack of response did not reflect confidence, but discomfort as public scrutiny continued to intensify.
A top rap star is busted. Jay-Z turned himself in tonight, and the cops started working on his rap sheet, accusing him of a stabbing at a trendy party.
Kimberly Richardson is at Midtown South right now. Kimberly.
Well, Rosanna, just a few hours ago, police here at Midtown South arrested Sean Carter, better known as Jay-Z. The rap star voluntarily turned himself in here at the precinct earlier this evening. Now, Carter is being held here in connection with that stabbing fight that erupted at the Kit Kat Club last night. But just a few moments ago, Carter's attorney had this to say.
He's not involved in this, period.
He was at the club?
That's my only comment. He wasn't involved in this.
So it was someone else that did the stabbing and the hitting?
I didn't say that. I said he was not involved in it.
Now, Slovis goes on to say that at no time was Jay-Z hiding from the police, that they were in touch with cops all day and that they're trying to resolve this as gentlemen. But as Mike Sheehan shows us, others say they've seen the dark side of Jay-Z.
I have my faults. You know, I'm not a perfect person.
She later said the interview was not planned and only happened after her team arranged it. She agreed to appear because Piers Morgan was known for strict fact-checking, and she believed that would give her claims more credibility. Once the interview aired, it quickly sparked major online reactions, with critics challenging her statements, including DJ Vlad, who publicly rejected her claims and fueled even more debate.
Difficult to say, I'm going to talk about the problems in our marriage. I'm going to talk about how we almost lost things. And for her to say, I'm going to talk about my pain and anger at you. What were those conversations like?
Again, it didn't happen in that way. It happened, we were using with our art, almost like a therapy session. And we started making music together. Mm-hmm. And then the music she was making at that time was further along. So her album came out as opposed to the joint album that we were working on. Mm-hmm. We still have a lot of that music. And this is what it became. There was never a point where it was like, I'm making this album. I was there. Right. I was right there the entire time.
And what was her reaction to your work, and what was your reaction to hers? They must have caused, I think, they were pain both for each of you, right?
Of course. And it both very, very uncomfortable, but sitting in that, the best place in a hurricane is like in the middle of it.
Yeah.
We were sitting in the eye of that hurricane, maybe not use hurricane because so many people are being affected right now, but the best place is right in the middle of the pain.
Right.
And that's where we were sitting, and it was uncomfortable. And it's a lot of conversations, you know, and really proud of the music she made, and she was really proud of the art I released. And you know, at the end of the day, we really have a healthy respect for one another's craft. I think she's amazing. You know, most people walk away and like divorce rate is like 50% or something, because most people can't see themselves. The hardest thing is seeing pain on someone's face that you caused and then have to deal with yourself. So you don't, most people don't want to do that. You don't want to look inside yourself, and so you walk away. It's my soulmate, it's the person I love, you know. And you can be in love with someone. You can love someone and you not. And if you haven't experienced love and you don't understand it and you don't have the tools to move forward, then you're gonna have complications. Period. And if you can either address it or you can pretend until it blows up at some point. And you know, for us, we chose to fight for our love, for our family, to give our kids a different outcome. You see, you know, to break that cycle. For Black men and women, you know, to see a different outcome. Like you were saying, it's not this celebrity couple. We were never a celebrity couple. We were a couple who just happened to be.
She strengthened her argument by reminding audiences that months earlier she had warned about sensitive recordings allegedly circulating behind closed doors, claims many initially dismissed due to a lack of evidence. Now, she argued, legal figures tied to ongoing cases were reportedly acknowledging the existence of similar materials. To her supporters, that shift added new credibility to her earlier warnings, turning what once seemed like speculation into a topic being discussed within serious legal conversations.
A new twist in a high-profile lawsuit accuses rapper Jay-Z of raping a 13-year-old girl in 2000 alongside Sean Diddy Combs. The lawsuit, originally filed in October, was refiled today to include Jay-Z as a defendant. The anonymous accuser claims the assault occurred at an MTV Video Music Awards after party. Jay-Z has denied the allegations in a statement on Roc Nation's Instagram, calling the accusations heinous and urging a criminal complaint be filed instead of a civil one. He also criticized the attorney behind the lawsuit, Tony Busby, accusing him of exploiting the case for personal gain.
She said that was the point where everything began to shift. In her view, false narratives need constant support to survive, while the truth only needs time to come forward. She believed that as scrutiny continued to grow, time itself became the factor exposing what denial and distraction could no longer hide.
You're not worried that if you throw little and you don't throw out allegations, but like you kind of poke fun at them.
You just ask questions.
You're not worried that it comes back your way? Like people dig up your past and try to pull stuff up?
I don't have that in my past. I'm not.
Everybody got a little bit.
Look,
like, not that it's real enough.
I took a pill, but it was for me to perform better, or to remember, buddy. I didn't give her a drink so she forget what the happened. What the is going on here, bro? I took a pill. Yes, I took the drinks. I gave me the drug to perform, so she could remember and possibly love me for that.
Did it work?
What the yo, bro, look, I'm doing pretty good. I'm pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm just saying, this is the opposite of normal shit that we're talking about, bro.
That is why. I don't know why it's so hard for people.
So
just
for people to feel like you would have something, or you would have reserved energy because you feel like you was doing it too. This is people that are looking on separation between their hardships or their the things that they got going on that would be issues, and what a celebrity's issues would be.
Wait, what is that?
They think all celebrities are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right, and when you see, if I wasn't saying anything, guess what? You could safely say that a person on the outskirts that is not involved in hip hop culture could think that everybody in hip hop culture is with that.
Names that once appeared beyond scrutiny are now being quietly tied to events that had circulated in rumors for years, with Jay-Z repeatedly being mentioned in the middle of those growing discussions. If he feels a way, he's gonna say it.
I wasn't in the ad because of Jay-Z and them was putting it together. So I think they still harbor some energy towards me.
You think you were purposely left out of the ad?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think. I think that they were saying the NFL had some issues with me that I don't know what those issues are. Like, what is the issue? You see what I'm saying? Like, and I with M, because like with Nori was, he had communication. He said, yeah, that's why I talked to the big homie. He was saying to Jay, he was telling me, you know, the white boy wouldn't do the truth without fit, right? And I'm like, that's when I start saying crazy stuff, because I look and I go, oh, that's your big homie, right? And so he imaged himself after a gay painter. The big homie want to look like a gay painter.
What are we talking about here?
We're talking about Basquiat. He wants to look like a gay painter.
Oh my God, I think I know where we're going with
so
this.
Now look, what I'm saying to you is, look, when you start looking at, that's not mine, that's theirs, they're Harper, right? But when you look at, M is looking at the entire legacy.
Yeah.
The whole thing, like with M.
That's how rapidly the alliances appeared to shift. Many also pointed to Sean Combs and his influence across media and business, highlighting moments where certain controversies gained attention, while others seemed to fade without consequence. To critics, the pattern felt difficult to ignore. When Kanye West publicly criticized Puffy and referenced his powerful business connections, the backlash came quickly and intensified the broader debate surrounding those relationships.
If you haven't seen it, which I hadn't seen it until this morning when I saw this headline, Kim found it for me. Let's watch this clip quickly.
Crazy
Let's
that you
watch
haven't
Tyra
seen
pushing to get this out of Rihanna, and when it does, man, it made me feel very, very uncomfortable.
Audition. Yes. But before I met him, I was so nervous. I was shaking literally. But the moment I walked into the office, the atmosphere was so warm and welcoming. And you had to sing a cappella for him? Yes, I had to sing. I sang Fun to Replay. I sang another ballad from the album last time.
So then what did he say to you? He said something to you.
Oh yes, he said, we don't sing songs here, we sing artists. And there was this little pause, and I was nervous. But then he said, and we're interested. And there was this sudden feel of relief.
But then he said something about a window and a door or something.
Oh, then he said, he did it one more.
I did a lot of homework on you, this lady.
He said, there are two ways to leave here, either through the door with the deal sign or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor.
So you was like, where's the pen? Where's the paper? I'm signing.
Yeah.
The audience is so uncomfortable. Like, I don't know if Tyra was trying to get that on the record, but my God, what Jaguar? He threatened her. This is her own words coming out of her mouth, and she was a kid at that time, correct?
15-year-old girl who had been flown to the United States without parental supervision or a chaperone, brought to a grown man's office in a large corporate Manhattan building. Everybody knew when she flew in. I was there the day she got signed.
And
beautiful.
When I met her that day, I knew she was a star. Like, just her look, the way she walked into a room and her confidence, and she performed in my office.
And she was what, 17 years old at that
She
point?
was 16.
16, and she has the confidence of it. She's like an old soul in a sense, right?
Absolutely.
So she walks in your office, and what? She just belts out a tune.
Belts out a tune. She performs, and I tell her, there's no way out of this office. I signed to that.
When older accounts are viewed alongside what's emerging now, the silence begins to look more deliberate. Familiar names keep resurfacing, recurring patterns are being noted again, and voices that were once dismissed are receiving renewed attention. The question that follows is whether these overlaps signal something new coming to light, or simply a cycle of ongoing speculation being revisited with fresh context.